everyone, this is Emily Graziano, and this video comes to you as a request from fellow Kiss fan friend John B. Good. So John B. Good, if you're watching, this video is for you. I'm sorry it took me long to get around to it, but I really honestly had to brush up on James Dean because I don't know as much about James Dean as I'd like to, and I don't know much about him like I know some of the other classic Hollywood movie stars. So this for me was really interesting to just learn more about James Dean in preparation for this, and I'll be honest, I don't know everything about him. There's so much more to learn about him. But it has been a long while since I've seen East of Eden. I probably saw it previously in 2015, and I haven't seen it since. I would like to watch it again, though, and I have not seen Giant yet. I know. Am I even qualified to talk about James Dean, even given that fact? But I do own Rebel Without a Cause. So that gives me something. And James Dean also had a lot of TV appearances and like TV roles, a lot of TV under his belt, more so than film. And TCM, I know, put out a box set about James Dean, so I'm really interested in that. I should check that out. I think you can only buy it from Turner Classic Movies website, but I think it's pretty reasonably priced now that it's been out for a while, so I'll have to check it out. Anyway, my first impression of James Dean came with Rebel Without a Cause, and I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, I didn't really grasp it. I thought, oh, well, that was good that I saw that. It's an iconic movie. It was on the AFI Top 100 Movies list, the 1998 edition. 1998 edition, the 98 edition. It was removed for the 10-year update. But I'm like, well, I saw something on the AFI list at least, and it was one of his most iconic performances, so I'm glad I saw it. But I think the first time I saw it, I totally missed the point, obviously. I was just watching it to watch it. When I think I was about 18 or 19 when I watched it. No, 20. I think I watched it in 2015, so I would have been like 19. Yeah, so I watched it when I was like 19. And I'm like, well, that was that. I saw Rebel Without a Cause. Okay. Fast forward to a couple years later when I rewatch it, and I totally grasp onto the point of the whole movie, which is the longing to be accepted and the longing to belong in with your peers, being seen for who you are by your parents, and knowing that those feelings do not stop just because you're not a teenager anymore. I think the first time I dismissed it as a teen movie. And while it is a teen movie, I think some of the problems that come with a teen movie are, oh, they're teens. That doesn't resonate with me as an adult. I'm an adult, which at 18, are you really an adult, 18 or 19? No. But the feelings that you feel as a teen, the whole longing to be accepted and belonging and making sure people understand you and are people still going to accept me for being me, those feelings do not disappear with a teen just because you leave your teens numerically. Those feelings, they can sometimes stick with you for your entire life. And now knowing what I know, not only about the film, but in life, I totally resonate with James Dean, that scene when he has the breakdown. It's just, he encapsulates everything that everyone at some point in their life, whether they're a teen or an adult, he just encapsulates all the feeling that you feel about the worry and the angst and the I can't take it anymore. It's just an entirely powerful film. And part of me wonders, that, especially with Natalie Wood's presence in this, that had he lived, maybe he would have been cast in Splendor in the Grass. Because Splendor in the Grass, I think, is kind of like a continuation to the next level of the angst and the feeling that starts in this movie. Basically invented the teen movie, I think. Because this is 1955, and then teen movies really didn't start popping up everywhere until like the early mid-60s. Like teen comedies like Gidget, or like the Frankie and Nat beach party movies, stuff like that. They didn't really start popping up until the 60s. So James Dean really gets the credit for creating the teen movie. And I was watching Footloose the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, this has so many similarities to Rebel Without a Cause. How, Ren, he's kind of the outsider. He just wants to be seen. He's not really a bad kid. And I'm like, wow, Kevin Bacon is basically emulating a James Dean style character here. And I'm like, oh my god, maybe that's why I really like Footloose so much, because I don't really get into 80s teen movies. They're just not my thing. But for some reason, I love Footloose, and maybe that's why. Footloose is a natural, somewhat updated version of the themes and ideas explored in Rebel Without a Cause. Getting back to Splendor in the Grass, I think Splendor in the Grass, if Rebel Without a Cause is a freshman year movie, and then I think Splendor in the Grass kind of continues that path, being like a senior year movie. And part of me wonders that had James Dean lived, I think it would have been really awesome for him and Natalie Wood to reunite and do Splendor in the Grass together, because it would be just so cool to see them back together. They were friends, very good friends, when they met on the set of Rebel Without a Cause. And then I just think it would have been entirely intriguing to see them reunited. I wish they would have. I mean, Warren Beatty, he was good in the part, but I think James Dean could have been really spectacular. Nothing against Warren Beatty in that role, because that is probably the only movie with Warren Beatty that I do like, Splendor in the Grass. And it took me 3 tries to watch Splendor in the Grass and actually like it. Something one day just clicked. I'm like, oh my god, this is an amazing film. I just love this movie. So, just goes to show. And I think it's entirely sad that people of my generation, so people in their early mid-20s and younger, people younger than I, really only know James Dean as a Taylor Swift lyric in a song. And that's entirely pathetic, because they probably don't even know that he was a real person. Maybe a lot of people just think that she made up a name that sounds cool. James Dean. Yeah, I think it's entirely sad. So I hope that I am a hope for everyone older than me that, no, there are some people from my generation, born in the 90s, the mid-90s, there are some people from that generation who actually know that James Dean had a cinematic legacy, even though he only made 3 films. I'd like to share a picture with you in this gorgeous coffee table book about Natalie Wood from Turner Classic Movies of James Dean and Natalie Wood on the set of Rebel Without a Cause. And it just, James Dean just looks incredibly cool. I don't know, something about his outfit. I don't know how well you can see it. I hope you can see it nicely. And the way he's sitting and just his style. And Natalie Wood's there too. I just think it encapsulates everything cool about James Dean. All that's missing is his jacket, basically. There's the caption that reads, "Between takes on the film, William Faulkner would call a masterpiece the American cinema's only Greek tragedy." And then there's another picture solely of James Dean on the other side, which I will show you. And I just think it's entirely mysterious, yet intriguing of a picture. Oh, there we go. I just think that it's an interesting photograph of James Dean, and I just wonder what he's thinking. You can't help but wonder what he's thinking. And the comment reads, Years after Rebel, Natalie pondered the mystery of James Dean. He had no secret. He had secrets. He was like the little prince, full of secrets. You always wanted to find out his secrets, and you always suspected that there would be secret tears too. That just absolutely makes sense with the picture that is on that page, because you just wonder what he's thinking, and then Natalie Wood said he was a man of secrets. And I think part of that, what Natalie Wood said, really is the reason why people today are still so intrigued by James Dean. Because aside the fact from dying young, he was just a very, very cool person that you wanted to find out more but never could. And I think that's part of what makes someone a legend, is that they project this image that is entirely cool, and you just can't take your eyes off of them, and you just want to find out more about them. And the fact that you never get more info out of them about themselves makes them a true legend. And in a sense, James Dean is basically like a male Marilyn Monroe figure, in the sense that he is forever young, forever cool, forever an icon, and a symbol of Americana, essentially. There was a special feature on this Blu-ray here of a TV program from, I want to say it was maybe the mid to late 70s, so at least 20 years after James Dean had passed away. And I think, who was it? I think it was it Peter Lawford who hosted the television program, the television special? And he interviewed Natalie Wood and Sammy Davis Jr. and a couple of other people from James Dean's movies, like Rock Hudson. He wasn't a part of it, but he sent in a audio piece for it. So they interviewed a lot of people who worked with James Dean and knew James Dean. And Natalie Wood, she said that, especially in the movies that he portrayed, that he never really was essentially a rebel or a bad kid or similar to any of the characters that he portrayed. What he wanted was to be understood by not only his audience, but his peers, his friends. And that really struck a chord with me, that James Dean wasn't really similar to the characters that he played, yet the feelings that he was feeling in those films were absolutely true to his real life. So I found that entirely intriguing, that in a personality you have nothing in common, but the feelings that you feel were entirely in line with your character. That was just fascinating. It was just fascinating. And I can see the video is approaching the 15-minute mark. So, personally, I don't think I did this video any good, because I don't know much about James Dean and I feel I rambled. But after I learn more, and maybe after I watch East of Eden again and I finally get to watch Giant, maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Hopefully it will be a lot better. But John Be Good, I hope that I was able to talk about James Dean and give you a little bit of fun to play off of. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments. If it's terrible, please tell me it's terrible. And if you want me to redo this at a certain point, please tell me that too. Or if there's another cinematic legend, not necessarily legend, old classic Hollywood actor, actress that you would like me to talk about, please let me know that too. In the meantime, thank you for watching. My name's Emily Graziano, and I will see you in the next one. John Be Good, I hope this was to your liking. Keep being awesome with your Kiss covers. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.